Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Discuss Morrowind. This will be a non-gameplay video in which I just talk about Let's Play, how things are going, address some of your comments, and then we'll get into reading all of these books and scrolls that this gentleman gave to us. Also, I brought her back. Hello. Yeah, hi. We didn't need her for the main quest, as a couple of you pointed out, but I wanted to like teleport her back in. So thanks to a user called Suplex to give me the console code to do so. She doesn't like us anymore, 29 out of 100, but we have rescued her, and that's kind of all we need her for. It's just nice to have her there, you know. Nobody really cared about her. Which you guys are all heartless and stuff, but there she was. Also, thank you to Vault Girl for telling me about what to do with the main quest. It is actually in the journal, so it's all the way back here. I must bring the Lost Prophecies to Nibani Mesa as soon as I can. So that is the main quest. So, we've got that sorted out. So she's been rescued properly, and I now know what I'm doing with the main quest. That's dandy. Otherwise, you guys seem pretty happy with the way things are going, and somebody said 50 episodes in, and it's nice to see that Karish is finally, you know, all powerful and stuff after the journey that we've been with him. And I fully agree that he is now something like a pro, and it's really nice to see that after all the trials and tribulations we have been through, we certainly certainly deserve it. Also, somebody said he was quite startled and worried by the amount of progress that we've been making. And I don't think you need to worry too much, although I am aware that the pace of the Let's Play has picked up a little bit, purely because Karish is getting better at what he does, and it's just easier to do stuff. You know, I don't have to travel long distances like I did at Arkham Place, because I can just mark and recall really easily, and I can carry more stuff, and everything's just easier to deal with, and so it's quicker pretty much to get stuff done. But we still have a ways to go, and I think that the mods add extra things, you know, including the House Telvanni. I'm not sure when Tribunal is going to kick in. Somebody thought it might have been around about now, and it still might be. Yeah, we'll have to see about that. I'm still not in a mad rush to play Tribunal, because we've got plenty of stuff going here with the main quest and House Telvanni, plus a couple of other little bits and bobs, but they're kind of getting sorted out now. Oh yes, and speaking of carrying stuff, even that was a while ago, don't worry, I will probably keep this. If I don't carry it around with me, because it is pretty heavy, being £20 or 20 points of encumbrance, it is still a very nice thing to have, and the night eye is pretty nice to have for the video quality. Somebody said might be a little bit bright now, I'm not too sure, but you know, in dark places it certainly helps to have that on all the time, and does save us magicka. And as somebody said, we could use it as a walking stick rather than a spear, which is viable, I suppose. We could even start using it as a spear, possibly, but I'm not sure. We've got a silver dagger, glass dagger, and dwemer dagger as well, so we've been collecting daggers. So I think I will stick with the glass one and add the dwemer one to my collection. So that's about it, really. You know, you guys are pretty happy with everything, and I'm pretty happy with everything, so everyone's happy. And once again, I just want to say thank you very much for keeping up with the Let's Play, for still watching it after all these months and almost a year now. I don't think I've skipped a week, maybe one, or I don't know, but it's been about a year anyway. So thanks very much for sticking with Karish through all this time. I really appreciate you guys, you know, with your vested interest in the character. It's been a long road, and it may well continue for another year yet. With all the things that we've still got to do, although that year will probably be a lot easier for us, with, you know, Karish's abilities being just better at what he does. So yeah, I think that's basically it. I'm still trying to get the bound boots and the walking spell, also the shield and the water breathing for the submarine spell. They are conveniences, really. So we'll just get them as and when we can. But for now, everything's pretty dandy. You know, if they're the next spells on the list, and of course the extra strong open spell, and maybe something to make people attack us a bit more, a better frenzy humanoid spell, then it's all good really, because they're hardly, and none of them are really essential to everyday gameplay. They're all pretty specialized, so pretty decked out. I also want to learn all the summoning spells at some point from the guy in Tel Brenora down here, and deck out my stronghold with stuff as well once that's all grown up, which will take a while in itself. So we still have quite a lot of things to do and collect, but we can say that we're making steady progress, can't we? So once again, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Now I'm going to do a jump cut and we're going to read some stuff. Okay, what's first? Let's just do this in sort of some vague order. Decoded package, going Vanfell. Cragneck's tools. Now these are all in scrolls, so they shouldn't be that long. But then again, maybe they might be. Summarized from Apographia by Gilvas Borello, abbot of Hull Mayan, and various distant priests. Beneath Red Mountain, Dwemer miners discovered a great magical stone. By diverse methods, Lord Kagrenak, High Priest and Mage Crafter of the ancient Dwemer, determined that this magical stone was the heart of the god Lorcan, cast here in the Dawn era as a punishment for his mischief in creating the mortal world. Determined to use its divine powers to create a new god for the exclusive benefit of the Dwemer, Kagrenek forged 3 great enchanted artifacts which are called Kagrenek's tools. Wraithguard is an enchanted gauntlet to protect its wearer from destruction when tapping the heart's power. Sunder is an enchanted hammer to strike the heart and produce the exact volume and quantity of power desired. Keening is an enchanted blade that is used to flay and focus the power that rises from the heart. When Kagrenek used these tools on the heart in the Battle of Red Mountain, no one knows what happened, but the Dwemer race disappeared entirely from the mortal world. Lord Nerevar and Lord Dagoth retrieved these tools and didn't know what to do with them. Nerevar asked Dagoth to guard the tools while he went to consult with his counselors, Vivek, Amalexia and Sothasil. He left and spoke with his 3 counselors, and they decided to return together to Red Mountain to decide what to do. But while Nerevar was gone, Dagoth was tempted and confused by the powers of the tools. When Nerevar and the counselors arrived, he refused to give up the tools, claiming he had sworn to Nerevar to protect them. When Dagoth fought with Nerevar and the counselors and was mortally wounded and driven off, and the tools were recovered. When Nerevar and his counselors decided to take the tools for safekeeping, they all swore a great oath never to use the tools, but after Nerevar's death, Vivek, Amalexia and Sothasil yielded to temptation. They took these tools themselves and went to Lorcan's heart, buried deep beneath Red Mountain, and gave themselves divine powers. But Dagoth had not died. We don't know what happened, but this is what we believe. His experiments with Kagrenek's tools had joined him to the heart's divine nature in some way, so that he learned to draw power directly from the heart. We conjecture that Dagoth, driven by anger and greed, used the heart without caution and restraint, and as a result, he has become terribly powerful and terribly mad. But the tribunal showed great care and restraint in their use of the tools, and so they were not driven mad, and they did many good things. Nonetheless, the tribunal too appeared to have been corrupted by the heart's power, though more subtly. Kagrenek's tools are cursed. Stealing power from the heart of a god is terrible folly, and fated to disaster. The tribunal is losing its battle to control the power of the heart. They are sustained by the same tainted power that drives Dagoth mad. They grow weak and cannot protect us from Dagoth but even if they could, would it be wise to worship gods such as these? They conceal the truth from us out of shame. They persecute the Nerevarine and distant priests out of shame, when they should be welcoming them and enlisting their aid against Dagoth The Tribunal have done much good for Morrowind and the Dunmer, but they succumbed to the temptation of Kagranek's tools, and though these tools once may have seemed the instruments of salvation, they now must seem as the instruments of doom. So that, it seems, is how the Dwemer vanished. Disappeared entirely when he used the tools. Wow! Well, that is of great interest to Karish with his little Dwemer side project, and now we definitely know everything that we need to know about them. So I wonder if you're taking the quest to Trebonius now, after learning that, and after speaking to whatever his name is, Yagrim, whatever in Telfair, whether you get a completely different answer. I don't think you do, but at least now we definitely know more than this Trebonius dude, and that may well give us even more motivation to do away with him in a later episode. Mention Vivek. Okay, Nerevar, Moon and Star. So we'll do the different versions of Nerevar now. This is a selection from a series of monographs by various imperial scholars and Ashlander legends. In ancient days, the Deep Elves and a great host of outlanders from the west came to steal the land of the Dunmer. In that time, Nerevar was the great Khan and war leader of the House people, but he honoured the ancient spirits and the tribal law and became as one of us. So, when Nerevar pledged upon his great ring of ancestors, one clan under Moon and Star, to honour the ways of the spirits and rights of the land, all the tribes joined the House people to fight the great battle at Red Mountain. Though many Dunmer, tribesmen and housemen died at Red Mountain, the Dwemer were defeated and their evil magics destroyed, and the outlanders driven from the land. But after the great victory, the power-hungry Khans of the great houses slew Nerevar in secret, and, setting themselves up as gods, neglected Nerevar's promises to the tribes. But it is said that Nerevar will come again with his ring and cast down the false gods, and by the power of his ring will make good his promises to the tribes to honour the spirits and drive the outsiders from the land. So that's that one. That's some notes. Saint Nerevar. From a short temple pamphlet for Western readers. Ages ago, Nerevar was the greatest Dunmer general, first counsellor and companion of Vivek, Amalexia and Sothistil, who, with the power of the great ring of the ancestors, one clan under Moon and Star, united the Dunmer houses to confront the evil Dwemer, the treacherous House Dagoth, and their western allies at Red Mountain. By providence, the faithless Dwemer were utterly destroyed, and their allies defeated, but Nerevar, mortally wounded in combat with the traitor Dagoth was driven from Red Mountain. Nerevar died not long after this of his wounds, but he lived to see the birth of the temple, and to bless the unity of the Dunmer for the safekeeping of the Amsilvi, the temple, and all of its communion of saints. A little bit of difference there in how he died. The real Nerevar will do now. Returners informal history of Nerevar lists no sources. When the Dunmer followed Veloth to Morrowind, they were many warring clans with no law or leader in common. One Dunmer warlord, Nerevar, had the ambition to rule all the Dunmer. In that time, House Dwemer were great enchanters, so Nerevar went in secret to a Dwemer smith and asked for an enchanted ring that would help him. The ring gave its wearer great powers of persuasion. For safety, it was enchanted to instantly kill anyone who wore it except Nerevar. The ring was called Moon and Star, and it helped Nerevar unite the various clans into the First Council. Later, however, disputes over religion divided the council, with House Dwemer and House Dagoth on one side and the other houses on the other. Dwemer and Dagoth invited Orc and Nord clans as allies and held the northwest of Morrowind, where Nerevar mustered the other houses and Nomad tribes and marched to meet the Dwemer-Dagoth Westerner forces. The armies met at Red Mountain and a Dwemer stronghold. The Dwemer were defeated with the great slaughter, and terrible sorceries were used, resulting in the utter extermination of House Dwemer, House Dagoth, and their allies. Nerevar was killed in the battle, and his ring lost, but Nerevar's alliance survives in Morrowind's ruling political institution, the Ground Council. So again, he died in battle, he died after later after his wounds, but he saw the resurrection or the formation of the temple, and he was slain. Stepped in the back, if you like. And also, the Dwemer made Moon and Star, did they? That's kind of interesting. There's one here. The Lost Prophecy. From the Apographia, this is pretty cited by this dude. Oh no, we've seen this one before. Well, we've seen this anyway. From the seventh sign of seventh generation, neither Hound nor Gwa nor Seed nor Harrow, but Dragonborn and Far Star marked Outlander incarnate beneath Red Mountain. Blessed guest counters 7 curses. Starbest hand wields thrice cursed blade to reap the harvest of the unmourned house. Lines 1 to 3. Of an ancient family, but not of the 4 great Ashlander clans, born under foreign stars and the House of the Dragon, the Imperial sign. Dragonborn, Imperial born, not Skyrim. Line 4 to 5. Outlander incarnate appears as a formal epithet, stressing linkage between the words. The Outlander incarnate is a blessed guest, one not born of the tribes, but accepted as a guest with the rights of hearth and hospitality. On Red Mountain, he will confront a balance against the 7 curses. See the 7 curses. Dagoth is served by his 7 kin, the once great wizard lords called Ash Vampires by the Ashlanders. Starblessed suggests Azura, the Daedra Lord and patron of magic, fate, and prophecy. So yeah, Azura. Now we have been spoken to by Azura before, going a little tangent, so it might be a decent idea to do her quest while we're near the north, because she's obviously got something to do with everything as well. And it could only be like it can't really be a coincidence that she's spoken to us as well as all this going on. Thrice Cursed Blade may refer to a weapon called Keening, associated with certain legends with the Battle of Red Mountain and Dwemer Craftlord Kagranek. Reap the Harvest is a reference to a proverb: you harvest from the seeds you plant, which means you get what your labours deserve, in both a positive sense of reward and negative sense of punishment. The Unmourned House could be either or both the great houses of the Dunmer, House Dwemer and House Dagoth, so that could possibly have something to do with them as well. Neat. And the 7 curses. So fire, ash, flesh, ghost, seed, repair, and dreams. So fire, ash, and flesh. Ambiguous. May refer to the impiety of the god-mocking House Dwemer, for the treacherous diplomacy of the subtle House Dagoth, or both. House Dagoth, however, was revealed as oath-breaking for its treachery at Red Mountain. May, however, refer to unspecific broken oaths of peace between Lord Nerevar and Lord Dumak, founders of the Great Council. Nerevar and Dumak were loyal friends until the disagreements between the Dwemer and the other houses broke out in open conflict. Line 4. Ghosts. Dwemer are the mockers and profaners of the divine. So the curse of the Dwemer, curse of the seed, and of despair. The curse of fire and ash would come from Red Mountains. That's not fire and ash is 1st and 2nd, 5th and 6th. I don't know. These were the earliest reported threats from Red Mountain. And the curse of flesh. Okay, never mind. Maybe. Oh, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, never mind then. I'll just carry on. Curse of flesh suggests blight diseases, especially corpus. The fire and ash storms preceded the threats of blight and corpus. 9, 10, obscure. May refer to as yet unrecognised threats from Dagoth Line 11. Recent reports of soul sickness and disturbed dreams come from the townsfolk of Ashlanders alike. That the 7th and final curse has begun suggests that the threat presented is about to reach a crisis. So 8 and 10 is obscure, which is seed and despair. I think that may well be it. Oh no, 7 visions. I don't think maybe the stranger as well. No, I've seen these. Let's have a look at them now. On a certain day to certain parents incarnate Moon and Star reborn. So there's Moon and Star again. Neither blight nor age can harm him. The curse of flesh before him flies. Well, that's happened. The cavern's dark. Azura's eye sees and makes to shine the moon and star. So this is to do with getting the moon and star ring in the game. But Karish could well second guess this and think, oh, in caverns dark Azura's eye sees. Well, we've been over here and we've found Azura's shrine, if you like, and she told us to go to an island to the north. So we may well do that next as like we could go to Dagonfell, thinking we need to go to the island to the north, which I think is like over here somewhere, I can't really remember. And yeah, see if we can do like Azura's star quest with Karish, mistakenly thinking, oh, that's what I need to do next, and sort of do that as well as doing the main quest. It's like, actually, no, it's going to get Moon and Star the ring. But yeah, and I think that's everything. There's 7, the stranger, yeah, is another thing. She spoke is Nabibi Mesa, I think. Okay, so I think that is everything that we have got to read. So I won't drop any of this because I might need it when we go and see the Ashlander lady up here. But yeah, alright then, that wasn't too bad, was it? Quite a little short episode of Let's Discuss / Read Morrowind. But interesting, and that would have been half a normal episode. Got to reiterate that once Deus Ex finishes, I'm going to upload this twice a week. So this sort of stuff will be happening in the actual Let's Plays because there'll be twice as much footage per week, so I can work it in with that and still keep the LP going, if you like. So that's only after I finish Deus Ex. Alright then, so you guys take care, and I hopefully will see you next Sunday for more Morrowind, if not before that. And have a lovely week, and take care. Alright guys, that's it from me. Thank you very much. Toodaloo.